Floyd Breeland left public education in the South Carolina House of Representatives many years ago. Now, these days, he's involved with the College of Charleston's Call Me Mr. program. In this special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I speak exclusively with him one-on-one. Mr. Breeland, it is so good to see you again.
Oh, it's nice seeing you also.
I appreciate this. You know, the last time I saw you the second time was at the corner of King and Calhoun Streets a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
And I told you I got to do another interview with you. And so here we are at your beloved College of Charleston, which you're still involved with the Call Me Mr. program. Can you catch me up about what's going on in your life right now?
Well, what's really going on in my life is that I'm here every day and usually work with the Call Me Mr. fellows every day. When I don't usually interfere with their classes.
Right.
But we meet quite often, and we meet once a month at least. But I see them quite often on campus.
Wow. When you think about Call Me Mr. right now, what is the biggest thing that sticks out in your mind?
Well, the biggest thing that sticks out in my mind is the outstanding work that each one of them is doing. Mm-hmm. And right now, the CCSD, Charleston County School District, will be sponsoring their, I think they call it the parade of teachers, or where they'll be selecting the teacher of the year. Wow. And really, one of my boys is up for teacher of the year from Charleston, for Charleston County.
Wow, congratulations.
And congratulations to you, and I appreciate that, because he's doing a wonderful job over at Baptist Hill Middle School or Elementary School. And I'm proud of him. Yeah. His name is Eric Stallings.
Wow.
And I have also been invited to attend a reception at Dempsey Suite when the announcement is made. Yeah. And I'll be there to assist them in becoming Teacher of the Year.
That's right.
Now that's one thing. Now another one of my young men are located in Jasper County at Ridgeland Elementary School, and he is also the Rookie Teacher of the Year for Jasper County. So I'm proud of that. So eventually he'll become Teacher of the Year too, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So they're doing really good work.
Yes, indeed. You and I were just talking about this off camera, but you told me that you retired at Burke in 1989 when I was probably 4 years old. What is it in your mind that you miss about the public school system and education in generalities?
Well, I'm still working with young men and students, and what really gets to me is when I'm walking down the street, I usually run into quite a few of my students who I had at Burke. Right. First thing I would tell them, I don't remember the name, but I remember the face. Throw it on me, throw it on me. And so they'll give me the name, and I can recall many of the names.
Yes. Yeah. And you know, you've been obviously a member of the House of Representatives for many, many years, and you retired a couple of years ago. When you look at what's going on in Columbia right now, what do you say to yourself?
Well, I try to keep up with as much as possible, but it was one thing that stayed in my mind while I was up there. You know, they used to call me Mr. C.
Right.
And they called me Mr. C because there was the high school league, they fought me because I went around to many schools asking students that they have trouble making a C. And they had no trouble making a C, but that's what I was told by many of them. But really, I was asking that because of their being involved in athletics on Friday nights.
Right.
And and there were some kids out there playing with D's, and I couldn't take it. And I wanted to, put in legislation requiring a student to have at least a C average to participate into interscholastic activities. Now, interscholastic activities doesn't only involve athletics. It also involves drama. It also involves many other aspects of education. Yeah. So it didn't pass because the high school league fought the devil out of me.
Wow.
And they won.
Wow.
And that was the end of that.
Yeah.
Since I left up there. But that was the most disheartening thing to me that I have experienced.
Mm-hmm. You're busy with Call Me Mr. and obviously involved with daily lives with teachers and students here at the College of Charleston. But personally, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm going up to Clemson with the Call Me Misters on the 25th of June. This is when they have the investiture service, and they award all the graduates. All the graduates throughout the state meet in Clemson at that time, and they are given jackets. And on the jackets they have "Call Me Mister" written on them.
Yes.
And it's quite a scene, Ray. And I think everyone should be involved in it. But we have to see that all of the misters get there, and they do, and they perform, and we have a good time.
You know, I didn't even notice until I saw you in there, but obviously you're a member of Mother Emanuel AME Church, and the 2-year anniversary of that tragic event is coming up soon. When you think back to 2 years ago to right now, what still plays in your mind about the tragedy and the people who perished?
Well, it was a tragedy, and I haven't gotten myself involved because I was out of town at the time it happened.
Right.
But what really get in my mind is my wife could have been involved in that same thing, because she was down there that particular day, and she had to leave because she plays for another church on Wednesday nights. And it happened on a Wednesday, and she had to leave at that particular shortly before that happened, because normally they have Bible study on Wednesday nights, and she has been totally involved in Bible study leading up to that point, leading up to the point where she started playing for another church. And I guess this is why that she wasn't involved with it. But it was a tragedy, and now I keep hearing on the news that someone is probably using it for political gains.
Right.
And they get next to me then when I hear this, because I don't think it should be a part of political gain.
The Honorable Floyd Breeland, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate this.
Well, you're quite welcome anytime, and I would like to, next time you come by, I would like to have some of the young men who are involved in the program to talk with you, because they know more about it than I do, and they can tell you more about it than I do. And because they are totally involved, and I'm happy that when these fellows finish this course or the Call Me Mr. program,
right,
they do not have a problem getting a job. I even got a call from Rome, Georgia, last week. I got an email from Rome, Georgia, requesting that their service in Rome, Georgia.
Wow.
So I'm proud of them, because they don't have a problem finding jobs once they finish the program.
I'm happy to be here to talk to them.
Well, I'll be glad to get you back here.
Yes, sir. I'll be here.
And I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate this.
Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Always.
Yes.
Always good to see you.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.